welcome to the Counterattack Playthrough Series. We are playing Barbarossa, Kiev to Rostov, 1941. The scenario is Battle of Sumy, and it's the second turn, also known as turn 51. Today is October 1st. It's the Germans' turn. Let's see what's coming in as reinforcements this turn. Looks like there's going to be a few air units for each side, plus some Soviet anti-aircraft guns. So let's get cracking here. First thing in the strategic segment is the weather determination phase. It's fixed at dry for this scenario. Supply determination phase. There's no real supply rules going on in this scenario because it's a learning scenario. Replacement phase, likewise, no replacements. Reinforcement phase. So we'll go ahead and put these reinforcements on. The German units go to the ready box, and the Soviet units go to the ready box. And let's see, I need to figure out where that anti-aircraft unit goes. Yeah, this unit goes directly into Sumy, so it's not going to drive onto the map. Okay. Now for the air readiness phase, we'll go ahead and roll for the German bomber. Let's see, we have a 6. It's ready. So move it up to the ready box. Dummy air unit automatically goes. Soviets do the same thing. They're more likely to be ready, it looks like, than the Germans. The bomber first. I rolled a 2. It is ready. Now for the fighter. Rolled a 7, and it is ready. One mistake, this Henkel bomber was actually slated for turn 52, so we'll put it back there. Trying to bring him in a little too early. Okay, so now the Axis interdiction phase. Now there are 2 Soviet fighters available now. One is twice as strong as the other. So the question is, do we want to try to interdict again? Is it that useful? Or do I want to try to use my bombers for supporting combat? Well, I think we'll interdict again. Go ahead and do that. So we're gonna fly units in. Now, I do have fighters to escort, so I could try to be sneaky and like, you know, I can combine two units together and try to trick the Soviets. Like I can put the fighter with the bomber, which is the most likely scenario, so the fighter will escort the bomber. But I could do something silly like put the Henkel with the dummy air unit, and then the fighter might be ignored and it will interdict the headquarters. Or I can put all 3 down independently. So yeah, you know, there's only 2 German fighters. Maybe that's what I should do. I'll put all 3 down independently. This might be silly. Maybe I'm overvaluing the value or capability of interdiction. We'll go ahead and do that. So now the Soviets can choose to interdict or not, or sorry, try to take out these interdictors. Now all German air units are committed, so the Soviets could just hold back their bombers happily and use them in combat. So they have 2 fighters available, one's extra strong. We'll go ahead and randomly allocate. This guy is going to go 1 to 3, 4 to 6, 7 to 9, and a 10 will be a reroll. That is a 1, so he's going to try to take that guy up. And then the other will be 1 to 5, 6 to 10. Got a 6, so 6 to 10 there. Let's see what we got going on here. Oh, dummy air unit, so Soviets lucked out there. Let's go ahead and do this one first. What do we have here? Ouch. So Since this is an interdiction mission, it's quite possible this guy cannot actually act as a fighter. I need to go check that out. So, in an interdiction mission, the Germans get to declare whether this is a, quote, mission unit. A mission unit cannot fight in a dogfight as a aggressor anyway. It can be attacked. So I get to declare right now. So they can I guess it's basically the equivalent of aborting their interdiction mission if they want, and then becoming a fighter, defending themselves against this fighter attack. One thing though, if they do that, and then this bomber, which has a MiG-3 2-strength fighter going after it, can't make it through, then the headquarters might not be interdicted. So I'm going to go ahead and declare this guy a mission unit. So he is not a fighter, he's pressing on with his interdiction attack. One thing we do now though is check the air initiative table. Let's see where this is. Somewhere around here. A giant wave of destruction just hit the map, so I'll have to fix that in a minute. But so we're going to roll a die and see what happens here. We got a 4. That is, Axis have initiative in this air battle. You can see if there's a 6 to 7, there would actually be no combat. Okay, the board's wave of destruction has been remedied. Now we're going to do air combat, which we haven't done before. So we'll go ahead and come over to the air combat table. Basically, we subtract the air combat rating of the target unit, so the Soviets are targeting the Germans, from the air combat rating of the target. That would be a -3. Why is that -3? So we have a 1 attacking a 4, with these values beating the air combat ratings. Now, so normally, like if this was a fighter engagement, they would actually roll a die to attack each other. But since the German is a mission unit, it can't perform its own attack. So we're rolling on the -3 column because that's the differential. We rolled a 1. Wow, Soviets really lucked out. Oh, I thought it actually could have been much worse. But what do we got down here? Looks like a D is damaged. Target is damaged. Immediately place the affected air unit in the damaged box. Okay, so that mission is over. And it goes to the damaged box. The Soviet flies back to the flown box. Okay. Oh, they lucked out. Next mission. We got these units here. Now, this is a bomber has to be a mission unit, so it's a mission unit. Hopefully the MiG-3 squadron cannot find the bomber squadron. Rolled a 7. A 7 is no air combat. All firing units return to the flown box. Mission air units continue. Okay, so Soviets were lucky, now they're not lucky. Alright, so this guy makes it in. Interdiction levels 1. So the headquarters interdicted again. He goes to the flown box. Of course, I forgot he has to go through the anti-aircraft fire from the headquarters. I rolled a 9. 9 would be aborted. Let's see, Soviet units firing. Looking at the modifiers, +1 for firing at headquarters. So that goes up to 10. Ooh. It's damaged, so actually let's take this back. This guy's going to go to the damaged box. Does not get to go through with his mission, I don't believe. I'll just double check that real quick. Yeah, so that guy went straight to the damaged box when he was damaged, so he did not survive to place his interdiction marker. So too bad for the Germans. Okay, so now we're going to start the Axis player segment with the Axis movement phase. So I feel the Germans are going to have a tough time here. Part of it's my skill. I'm not an attacker, I'm a defender. But I'm thinking they can let this strong force at their peril, I suppose, just fester here. And instead of going for Sumy, which is up that way, instead of just trying to power through here, maybe they'll use their maneuverability to try to get a good kill and then open the way up. So I think maybe they want to try to kill this stack. It's going to be tough. But if they can, then it'll open up all these roads here. They can try to get back here, come down here, maybe finish off this guy way down here. So how about they're going to move 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, just going to rigid pile on here. This stack will go 1, 2 for the river, 3, 4 for the zones of control. This guy will come down here. And my thinking is if I could just destroy those guys entering the motorized movement phase. Yeah, this is the movement phase. These guys can, some of these guys can like run amok back here, maybe. At least get a star. While the other guys just sort of use their slower movement points to get back into defensive positions. So let's see, I think this guy will shift down like this. What do we have going on up here? I am a little worried of a Soviet reaction, although actually there's no Soviet reaction coming because their headquarters is out. So yeah, oh wait, what am I saying? It's not out. So yeah, there could be a Soviet reaction. So I think we're gonna pull this guy back. It's gonna go 1, 1.5. So yeah, by doing that, he sort of cedes this territory up here. This guy can move down here. Well, one of these guys can rack down here. It's a good blocking spot. So and he won't be able to get back up, but that's okay. I think holding the center position right now, and we're going to focus on cutting south. Okay, so go ahead and do the Axis attack declaration phase. 1 attack. Then the Soviet reaction phase. So the Soviets can order up to 1 unit because they have 1 command point within 4 hex range. 1, 2, 3, 4. So pretty good range. It does have to be, let's see, it can move if it wants to into an attack hex, but it's going to have trouble getting into one. Let's see, so they could order this guy to go, let's see, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that won't work. Is there any reaction that is worthwhile for the Soviets here? I suppose they can try to react like someone just back here, just trying to ruin things. Let's see, but zones of control are pretty good here. Maybe it's better to react this guy up here. Let me just see what the reaction movement rate is for the Soviets motorized units. They can react at half movement allowance. Maybe we'll have this guy react. He has 2.5 movement points, so he'll go 1, 2.5. Okay, so he's just sort of threatening Nedrigailov. I'll never get it. Okay, so that's the Soviet reaction. Now for the combat phase, so the Soviets have to be able to have a in-range headquarters to issue no retreat orders. The Germans are not going to issue any. The attack is coming here though, so combat air support. Soviets have 2 bombers available, might as well throw them both in. They're going to have to undergo anti-aircraft fire, so we'll go ahead and process that. first one rolled a 10. That is damaged. Let me see. Axis firing units. Yeah, so it's damaged, so it goes to the damaged box. And then the other one rolled a 1 unscathed, so he's contributing 1 combat air support point to this battle. Not that it's going to matter too much. So let's see here. So compute the odds. So the defender has 5 plus 1 is 6. Attacker. So in attacking across a river in dry, there's a +1 die roll modifier and no combat combined arms bonus if all attacking units attack across. Well, fortunately I got this guy back behind the river, so that cancels out the benefits of the river for the Soviets defending against these guys up here. That would have been bad because I'm using this combined arms bonus to get a serious attack. By the way, this little move here, it put all my forces on one little attack. Pretty risky, I think, but it also puts zones of controls behind the cavalry, so they're going to really be hurting if they have to retreat. Okay, so what do we have here? We have 2 plus 3 is 5, plus 3 is 8, plus 4 is 12, plus 4 is 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So we got 21 points against 6. Take the bomber back to the phone box. 28 to 6 is not quite 5 to 1. Oh, but then we're using this artillery here. You know, and I keep forgetting, I should have declared when I was declaring my attacks, like something like that. Just say like, yeah, that guy's going to attack. So just assume I did that. We knew I was going to do that though, because I moved it over. So that's 5 to 1 odds. Is there any modifiers here? Yes, 5 to 1. Combine, or what's it called? It is called, the word's escaping me. Oh, Panzer Division Integrity Bonus. Okay, so get -1 for this Panzer Division integrity because it's got at least 2 units from the same Panzer Division. And then these guys are motorized divisions, but they qualify as well since they're attacking with a Panzer Division. So that's -1, -1, -1, so -3. This should be a devastating attack. Rolled a 5 on the 5 to 1, and then it's -3, 1, 2, 3. So no negatives for the attacker. Defender is 3R. I think they're just wiped out. Yep, totally wiped out. This goes to the cadre box. We can advance after combat. They'll have to advance, the ones that choose to advance go into this hex. So what do I want to do here? Do I want to, I think I want these guys, the weaker of the motorized units, motorized divisions, to advance. That way they can maybe go back here and seize this location. Okay. All right, that's the Axis combat phase. Might as well roll right into the Axis motorized movement phase where their motorized units go half movement. So I think I'll do what I said I'd do. These guys have 3.5 movement points. So they'll go, let's see, they're on that minor road, yep. So they'll go half. So they have 3 left, 2 left. Well, here, let me just count it out. Half, 1, 1.5, 2. Take the bed in. So he's gone 2. What do I want to do with him? He could come up and threaten Sumy from behind. That's interesting. Then we have these guys here to contend with. Here, I'm going to move his buddy with him. So They still have 1.5 movement points left. They could just start cruising up here. That might cause these guys to want to pull back. It could also cause them to want to attack down here. See, there's no supply in this scenario, so they could feel free to just go beyond their supply lines and go up there. Now this guy's, I'm sure, going to pull back and try to retake it. So what's good? I think they'll just sit there on the bed-in for the moment. They have 7 movement points, so on their next turn they could just cruise up here. Let's see. Yeah, they'll be able to get up there on their next turn if they want. Okay, so what about these guys? Well, I don't want this guy to come out this way. I need to protect this artillery here. I am overextended a bit here. You know, I didn't really think about this, but since there's no supply, I mean, these guys can just cruise right up here, take Sumy. Maybe they should do that. Maybe I should send them all out. They can get back behind the headquarters, take the headquarters out. So I guess I'm starting to see this is like a scenario of maneuver. Let's do these guys. So they can go 4.5. Wow. This guy can go 4, but on these roads it could get to Liporaya. Maybe this recon unit, we're going to move it out. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, you know, I could do an overrun on that headquarters. Let me go, I think. Let's see what we got here. I can go 3.5. 1, 2, 3.5. I don't have enough power to do that. Let's see, can these guys? Nope. Sorry, I'm kind of flailing around here, but I just realized the situation here for the Soviets is really bad. If this was the, if these guys were able to move at full movement points, they would be able to get back here and crush that headquarters. So maybe that's what I'll plan on for next turn. And these guys really need to spread out to block these paths. So I'll take advantage of it right now. This guy's going to go 1, 2. Let's see, did I do that right? 1, 2, 2.5. Or, sorry. Let's do that again. 1. This is where I'm screwing up. Use the other terrain when moving on a minor road. Alright, I should say if there's other terrain, it costs 1. Okay, that's where I'm screwing up. So, including, oh, a town doesn't count. Okay, so let's see if I can actually move this guy. 1, 1.5, 2.5, 3.5. Okay, so the terrain is limiting me a bit. So, you know, we're just gonna move those guys up there, and then this guy, I feel, should sort of defend against this guy coming out. So we'll go 1 for the river, 2 to here. 3 to there. So whichever way this guy goes, this way or this way, the other unit will probably move. Okay, sorry dragging this out, but I feel it's kind of key decisions required here. So this is really making me nervous. I think this guy's going to go 1 and then right back in to this location to defend that. Okay. So right now I am allowing Soviets, if they wanted, to come down here and get this artillery, which, you know, maybe that's like a good sort of lure, but I think I want to keep it around. Maybe am I gonna regret not moving down here? Yeah, it's a tough choice. Maybe I can split these guys up. I want to keep them together for a strong attack. So maybe they will just pull back here. I'm probably going to regret this move. Probably should have been aggressive and moved up here. So that's what they're going to do. Okay, so next phase is the Axis engineering phase. Nothing to do. And that's the end of the Axis player segment. Quick correction, actually, I forgot to use the slower movement rate when there's other terrain, so this guy could not have gotten any further than where he did. That's exactly where he could have gotten. So now, the Soviet player segment, starting with the Soviet motorized movement phase. Now, yeah, this is just tough to decide what to do, because the Soviets have German units on their flank, ready to move up to Sumy. But losing stars is sort of irrelevant if they can inflict enough losses on the Germans, and they already did that through some bad German attacks on the first turn. So they could, maybe throw a token units back here, protect the headquarters, that kind of thing. But maybe they can go try to pick off an isolated German unit. Like they could go try to take this guy out if they can get enough force attacking him. I'm not sure if that's possible, but maybe. So we'll go ahead and, I think we're going to go ahead and try that. So motorized movement phase. Motorized units move at full movement points, cavalry at half. So I think this guy's going to go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. What do we have down here? Some more motorized units. Don't want to completely evacuate that. But this headquarters here, let's move, well, it can't move right now, but yeah, I gotta be careful of the German reaction, but maybe this guy will go. He can only go 3, crossing the river be 1, 2, 2.5 along the road, 3.5 for entering zone of control, too far. Maybe I can't get that big attack I wanted anyway, so that's 10, that'd be a 2-to-1 attack. But we could throw this guy in, get it up to 3-to-1. So we're going to, operational headquarters can always issue an order during the motorized movement phase to a non-motorized unit, or to a guards unit for free. So we'll issue an order to this guy. He's going to go 1, 2, 3. Okay. Like to try to get more guys in there. Still have more motorized units, so might as well pile them in. What's our stacking over here? Our stacking is 5. I think we'll go, yep, 1, 1.5, 2, 3. This might be really silly. Maybe it'll win the Soviets the turn. Okay, we still have some more motorized units and some cavalry. I want this headquarters protected too. So maybe this guy will go, what can we do? Just trying to think how to keep these Germans at bay. I think this cavalry unit's going to cross the river. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. And then maybe this guy will go 1, 2. Just a really weak line, mostly for slowing the Germans down. Okay, that's the motorized movement phase. Now the Soviet combat phase. Well, they're going to declare an attack, which we have proper odds here. Their artillery is going to take part in the attack. Yep. So now for the Axis reaction. Kind of forgot about that part. The Axis can react. Let me just remind myself how that works. Okay, well, this is just me being a noob, because the Germans can really foil that attack. You know, maybe it's not too noobish, because this attack could draw these guys in for reaction movement, leaving the rest of the German line vulnerable. For example, if these guys moved in here, well, these units could come down here. So we'll see. Kind of like this sort of back and forth knife fight almost kind of situation. Okay, so German reaction. Any motorized unit within 3 spaces of an attack can go half movement points, and it can ignore the zone of control of the attack hex if it wants to move into there. So right now we've got quite a sizable attack coming in. That's 10, so it looks like 16 attack coming in against 4, so that's 4-1. So maybe we'll try to ruin that. Maybe the entire division will move in there. That would screw them. Could also be pretty bad situation for the Germans if the Soviets get a roll of 1 or something. It'll also, like I said, open up the doorway for a counterattack, but yeah, I think we're going to do that. We're just high risk, high reward. This entire mess is going 1, 1.5, 2. Yeah, 2. Let's make sure we can stack. Yep. Oy. Sorry for fumbling this. I'll have to make sure I didn't ruin that. I don't think I did. Okay, they reacted into there. And then they can also choose to, declare which artillery is defending. So that artillery is going to take part. So just letting you know that. And they could issue retreat or no retreat orders. They're not going to do that. Okay, now we go into the Soviet combat phase. There's just this one combat. There are no aircraft available for them to add to it. They don't wish to use a no retreat or additional retreat order. Their artillery is offering support. Their rocket artillery in here somewhere. Yep. So let's process this. Defense really piled up here. And they're in a town which in dry or frost has no benefit. So the defense is 4, 7, 9, 11. Well, 11 plus 2 is 13. The attack, be nice if they could cancel it right now. The attack is 7, plus 7 is 14, 15, 16. So we're looking at 1-1. Let me see. Panzer Division Integrity Bonus. That's only for the attacker. I'm just looking at what other bonuses do we have available here. Defense. Okay. Yeah, there's no die roll bonuses here. Is there a combined arms bonus? I think there might be a combined arms bonus for the attacker, which I should have used when the Germans were attacking, I believe. Let me double check. There's no combined arms bonus because the defender has, for the attacker, because the defender has armor, so that cancels out. Okay, so 1-1, no die roll modifier. Rolled a 7. 7 on 1-1, that's not going to be good. Attacker, retreat. Well, could have been a lot worse. Attacker's going to have to retreat 2 hexes. So let's get these guys stacked back up so I can figure out what's going on. So that was good. The Germans were able to react rapidly to foil this attack. So everyone has to go 2 hexes. I probably should have done an additional retreat so they can go 1 more. So he'll go 1, 2, 1, 2. No, I'll go 1, 2, Now this one's a little more problematic because now I've opened the door back up. Okay, so, well, it was worth a try. Okay, that's the Soviet combat phase. Now we do the Soviet motorized, or excuse me, Soviet movement phase. So those guys that retreated, they can just move right back in if they want, but let's see what we want to do here. Okay, I think they're going to shift their headquarters over like this. Let's see. Really don't want these Germans piling up here. I can see them doing that next turn now that they're all massed there. Also want to make sure I protect this central location. Protect Sumy. Yeah, this is going to be difficult. Let's start pulling this guy out here. So I could leave him here to threaten this location or this location. So that means these two guys don't want to move out. But these two guys could just come down here and attack him, which might be good. I'm almost wondering if I should just try to pull it out, bring it back up here. If I do that, that basically removes a threat. You know, he's going to stay actually. He's going to be a threat to these locations, which might mean it stays there for the entire game doing nothing. Okay, so we moved our headquarters over. We're very, very weak here. I think, I think we'll push these guys down here. If they do that, then these guys, if they do a frontal assault, well, that'll be pretty tough on the Soviets, but they won't be able to like sneak behind them if these guys stay in position here. So we'll go ahead and see what we have here. Put these guys here, foil a combined arms bonus. Maybe this guy will cruise over here, foil a combined arms bonus. This guy will sit right back here to offer support. Basically giving up Sumy. Now these guys can come up here, crush that, and then move on this way or this way. But they pretty much would need to be reinforced by these guys, and so by these guys. And if those guys move out, well, he'll just move right in behind. So, although these guys can cut across. So, yeah, hard to say how this is going to go. So that's the Soviet movement phase. Now for the Soviet engineering phase. We skip that in this scenario, well, because there's nothing for them to do. Soviet surrender phase is skipped per scenario rules. We basically advance the turn to October 2-3. All right, catch you on the next turn.